This poem is written for the media generally. It doesn't matter when it was written, because I keep getting the same stupid question whenever there's an assault on Palestine, or whenever we speak about Palestine, we get the same stupid question. Don't you Palestinians teach your children to hate? Isn't it all about Palestinians who hate their children? And I find that question so racist, because like every other human or animal, we actually care about our children. Imagine that, like a people who care about their children. And it's the same kind of dehumanizing language they use about refugees, where they say, oh, they just send their children into the sea. Whenever you want to dehumanize someone, you say they don't care about their children. And I got sick of these racist questions. And the even more racist thing is that when you answer these questions, you're supposed to have a straight face and smile and say, no, we don't actually do that. We just want freedom and justice for our people. Which means the racism gets expounded a million times every time you have to do this. So I finally got angry enough that I wrote this poem called We Teach Life. I hope you like it. One other thing before I finish the set is the CD is over there. Please get your copy. But also all of the tents around and the INTAL tent are all people very involved and very active in the boycott, divestment and sanctions movement. And I think it's very, very important for everyone to start getting active. We are a little bit too comfortable in Europe by saying we don't like what Israel is doing, but our governments continue to trade with Israel. The military trade is worth millions, if not billions. Israeli technology is being exported here all the time, and they export it as battle-tested, meaning it's tested on the bodies of Palestinians. So if you want any of this to stop, you really need to speak up, and you have an opportunity now to join a group or do something, so please do. And here's We Teach Life. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre that had to fit into sound bites and word limits, filled enough with statistics to counter measured response. So I perfected my English, and I learned all my UN resolutions. I perfected my English and I learned every last one of my UN resolutions. But still, he looked me straight in the eyes and asked me, Ms. Ziadah, don't you think that everything would be resolved if you Palestinians would just stop teaching so much hatred to your children? Pause. I look inside of me for strength to be patient. I look inside of me for strength to be patient, but patience has just escaped me. Patience is not at the tip of my tongue as the bombs drop over Gaza. Pause. Rafeef, remember to smile. Rafeef, you're on camera. They are all watching. Remember to smile. Pause. We teach life, sir. We teach life, sir, after they have occupied the last sky. We teach life, sir, after they have built their settlements and their apartheid walls. After the last skies, we teach life, sir. But today my body was a TV'd massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits, and it was meant to hook. You see, every journalist needs a hook. They tell me every journalist needs a personal story. A personal story. How about you give us a story of a woman in Gaza who needs medication? Maybe she can be pretty. Maybe she can speak English without an accent. Just medication. We just need a personal story, a human story, just a personal story. How about you give us a story of a woman in Gaza who just needs medication? Shh, we're not speaking about that word occupation. Shh, don't mention that word apartheid. We just want a story about medication, a human story. How about you? How about you? Do you have enough bone-broken limbs to cover the sun? Hand me over your dead. Hand me over your dead and give me the list of their names, but make sure that it's in 1,200 word limits, or my editor will be upset. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits, made to hook those who are desensitized to terrorist blood, but they felt sorry. They felt sorry for the cattle over Gaza, so I give them statistics and UN resolutions, and I speak their language. I give them statistics and UN resolutions, and I speak their language. We condemn, we deplore, we reject, we condemn, we deplore, we reject, and smile, not exotic. Smile, not terrorist, and I recount in my best English, I recount 100 dead, 200 dead, 300 dead, 100 dead, 200 dead, 300 dead, and I give them human stories, just about medication. Let me fit into your language so I can come into your TV screen, and I recount 100 dead, 200 dead, 1,000 dead, 100 dead, 200 dead, 2,000 dead, 500 children dead, and I recount and remember to smile, not terrorist. Remember to smile, not exotic, and I recount. Is anyone out there? Will anyone listen? Because I wish I could just run barefoot in every refugee camp and hold every child, cover their ears so they wouldn't have to hear the sound of bombing for the rest of their life the way that I do. Because I wish I could just run barefoot in every refugee camp, hold every child and cover their ears so they wouldn't have to hear the sound of bombing for the rest of their life the way that I do. Because let me just tell you, there's no soundbite. No soundbite. No matter how good my English gets, no soundbite. No soundbite, no matter how well I practice, no soundbite can bring them back to life. And no soundbite can fix this. We teach life, sir. We Palestinians wake up every morning to teach the rest of the world life, sir. Thank you all. You've been wonderful.